Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and today's video is going to be on this unapproachable RBF makeup look. This is like the look that I would do if I didn't want anybody to talk to me. This was very much inspired by Lily Rose Depp, who I think has a pretty strong RBF. I also really like her lived-in grunge 90s makeup style. I've also partnered with one of my favorite skincare brands, Isntree, for this video, so if you want to see some new products I've been using lately or you just want to get ready together, then just keep watching. I've just washed my face and now I'm gonna use the green tea fresh toner from Isntree. If you guys have watched my other skincare videos, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of their hyaluronic acid toner. But recently I've been using this one during the summertime. Normally I have really dry skin, but I've noticed that during the summertime my nose area gets really oily, and this toner helps with controlling excess sebum and oil. And compared to the hyaluronic acid one, I would say this one's a lot more watery and refreshing. Next, I'm using the Isntree Hyperretinol X1 serum. I used to be really scared of retinol. I always thought that it would make my skin really red and irritated since I have sensitive skin, but this one is sensitive skin safe. I've been looking to add a retinol into my routine since I am entering my mid-20s, and they do recommend that you add a retinol into your skincare routine in your mid-20s since that's when your skin is starting to produce less collagen. This is a pretty thick serum. I started with a patch test for about a week, and now I use 2 drops of this twice a week to improve the appearance of fine lines. So I'll just rub it in my palms and then apply it to my face. I usually apply this at nighttime, but I just wanted to show you. Of course, using my favorite sunscreen. Make sure to be very diligent with your sunscreen reapplication if you're using retinol during the daytime. And also, if you're planning on using this, make sure you're not using too many other skincare products with active ingredients. Since the serum does have a really high concentration of retinol, mixing it with too many other products may cause irritation. And this is what my skin looks like after. It's like well hydrated but not oily, which is what we want. If you guys want to shop any of the skincare I used today, I will leave a link in the description box, but let's get on to the makeup. It is scorching hot today. I'm gonna use brow wax first actually, so I can shape my brows. I've been loving doing this lately because I noticed that like whenever I use brow wax first, doing my brows is just so much easier. I'm using a really dark brow pencil today. This is the Peri Peri Skinny Brow in gray brown. This is supposed to be like an intimidating makeup look, so I want the brows to be very bold. I don't know when I'm uploading this, but I'm currently planning for my first international solo trip. I'm like a minute-by-minute planner, but I have realized that oftentimes like the best memories are unplanned ones on trips, and so I'm trying to actually have more like unplanned slots in my schedule so I have time to just walk around and explore. I've always felt the need to like fill up my schedule because like what if I am feeling like I don't have anything to do? But there's always something to do, right? When you plan minute by minute, you don't give yourself a lot of time to explore and you end up missing out on a lot of experiences and memories that you could have experienced otherwise. Okay, for the eye makeup, we're gonna use this palette from Mood, Shawl Moment eyeshadow palette in number 2, Muse Moment. This is a really good cool toned daily palette. I feel like a lot of cool tone palettes, they usually end up looking too gray, but this looks more wearable, you know? So I'm gonna use this shade. We want the eyes to look like kind of dull and matte today, so I'm just applying that shade all over. Then I'm gonna go back in and focus on this area and this area. You know how when you frown, you like cast a shadow here, right? So that's what we're trying to mimic. And then to offset such a heavy inner corner shadow, we just wanna emphasize the outer corner too. And I'm just gonna build up on that. You can fill in just this section, but leave this area open. If you fill in this section, it's gonna make the eyes look too big. So we want that to be like a sort of a dip here. I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow and fill this section in. It's kind of tricky. I'm trying to get the line to look more straight. Fill in the waterline. You see how this section of my eye looks very straight? Let's do the bottom waterline. And here I'm smudging out the liner with a Q-tip to get a more messy, effortless, lived-in liner look. Next, let's curl our lashes. And then for lashes, I'm gonna use Miche Bloomin. These are number 31 Pure Doll. They have like a nice dimension. And you're gonna wanna apply these underneath your lashes because it kind of weighs them down. Whereas when you apply them above, it gives you a more dolly-eyed look. Let me show you. If it were above my lashes, this is what it would look like. And then underneath, this is what it looks like. Do you see the difference? It's very subtle, but it does make a difference. And then curl them together with your real lashes. I'm also kind of emphasizing the inner corner here. I think I'm gonna go with NARS for foundation today. I'm actually gonna mix that with my Dinto foundation. Just because I feel like this is a little too yellow for me now. Also, please ignore my broken nails. Last time I filmed a get ready with me with nails like this, the internet assumed I was lesbian for like 3 years. Oh my gosh, I forgot how good that NARS foundation is. Like, it's so radiant. And I feel like it mixes really well with that Dinto one too. This is really random and niche, but I watched this YouTube video recently about dating app algorithms. Based on speculation, people have sort of figured out how it works. So like all of the apps have different algorithms, right? But for Hinge specifically, I think that one's the most interesting because their target is people who want actual relationships, not like hookups. What people think is that they have a way of ranking your appearance, like setting you to a number and then matching you with other people ranked the same as you. I'm gonna quickly set my face because I'm like sweating so much. Because the app is meant to be for long-term relationships, they punish you for having like hookup behavior. It would end up hurting you not only because it's like that's not what the app is for, but it also would end up ranking you lower. So for example, if there were 2 guys who look exactly the same, one of them goes into the app and then he just likes every single girl he sees. 10 girls, right? Likes every single one of them. But then the other guy goes into the app and is more selective. He only likes like 5 of the 10 profiles. 2 of the girls like both guys back. That means that the first guy had a 20% success rate, right? He was rejected by the other 8 girls, whereas the other guy, he only liked 5 of those profiles, 2 of those liked him back. So he ends up having a 40% success rate. And so although they look identical, the second guy is placed as more attractive in the algorithm. And so because he's placed as like a more valuable, higher success rate, less rejected person, his profile would be shown to other people with a high success rate. That's probably how they match by appearance. I'm trying to really sculpt my cheekbones today. Next is nose contour. I think I want to do like a pointier type of nose today. I'm using that same contour shade to smoke out my under eyes. I'm using a cool toned pink blush. For highlighter, I'm using the Makeup by Mario Soft Glow Highlighter in Opal. This is a really pretty bright white highlighter. Next, I want to do like really dark lips today, so I'm using the one liner multi-liner in Draw Me from Tower 28. I also want to make the lips look slightly like downturned, so I'm not doing the upturned thing that I usually do. I'm gonna use the Kaleidos Pink Himalayan Lip Clay. Let's apply mascara to the lower lashes too. And this is the completed everyday RBF makeup. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks again to Isntree for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out any of the skincare I used today, I will leave all the links in the description box as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!